Welcome back, YouTubers. My name is HorizenGameOn, and today we are about to begin our second video in System Shock 2. Forgot the name for a moment there. Really good memory. So, we just finished our basic and advanced training, and we're about to go into our first 3 years of service. Now, this is a bit unique, the way the game does this. I don't know any other game that starts out the game this way. But our first 3 years are kind of automatic. We just choose from 3 different missions 3 times. So we're going to complete a total of 3 missions, 1 per year. And each mission, each year's long stint will give us a certain amount of stat bonuses. So we're going to go and take a look at what's offered to us and choose which stats we want to begin the game with. Basically, we're rolling the dice for character creation. Let's get started. All right.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back. A shuttle will take you to a UNN orbital space station, where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
I think I want to go with technical. Pretty sure that's what's most useful. Pretty sure. So, let's see what we get. We're going to start out with 3 choices of 3 different missions. Each will give me different stat boosts. And then we begin the game. So let's see what happens. Hello. Hi. Hi. Can you see me? I'm here. Where's everyone else? This is an awfully big room for just one recruit. Am I the only one? Okay, I'm gonna dance for you, okay? You watching? Are you watching? Okay, done. Year 1! Mission selection.
Welcome aboard the space station Chesapeake Bay, sailor. It looks like you've picked up some standard weapon skills at basic on Coronado Island. Now it's time for your tour of duty. Your tour will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. In this man's Navy, you're given a choice of 3 different postings a year. It's up to you to decide what kind of career you want to have, so choose wisely. Just approach a shuttle bay to receive a briefing on a posting. If you think that posting is right for you, head into that bay to accept the assignment.
Alright. Nothing there. Big control room. Nothing I can do here. Nothing there. Another big control room with lots of chests. I want the chests! Gimme! Can't get in there, huh? Alright, let's go in here. What are my 3 choices? UNN Lucille, Military Police.
The UNN Lucille is looking for volunteers for their military police detachment. Those sailors can get pretty rowdy on these year-long cruises, so you better not be afraid of a tussle.
1 modify, 1 strength.
The UNN Lucille is looking for an engineer's mate to help maintain the ship's core energy systems. There's some heavy lifting involved, sailor, but you'll learn your way around the high-tech equipment.
1 repair and 1 strength. Yeah, maybe.
The UNN Lucille is looking for an ops training officer to learn the ship's navigation and data control systems. You'll get your feet wet with the high-tech systems, but also expect some heavy lifting.
1 hack and 1 strength. That's the one I'm going for. Hack is going to be useful in my line. Moving on. Old video. It's not that good. The game itself looks better than the video cutscenes. Your tour of duty aboard the UNN Lucille has concluded. You spent a productive year. Captain Mayer was pleased with your work, especially with the initiative you showed in physical training. A friendly ensign showed you some back doors into the ship's primary data loop, and you spent your time off pumping good old-fashioned iron. You've gained +1 hack and +1 strength. Woohoo! Year 2. Let's do it!
Laverne, Florida hosts the Navy's premier tactical training school. While maybe not as respected as the Marines facility at Fort Bush, there's a lot to be learned here.
Cool. +2 basic weapons.
The UNN Pierce is ferrying liberated political prisoners back home from their detention near Saturn. The Pierce has been assigned a detachment of Marines and needs sailors to load, administer, and maintain the arms on board the ship.
1 maintenance.
The UNN Carfax is undertaking a mission to examine a newly discovered Class B comet approaching the outer solar system. You'll likely pick up some useful skills working with the high-tech navigation systems aboard this newly commissioned heavy cruiser.
+2 cyber affinity. That sounds like a good way to go. Let's go with it. Your tour of duty aboard the UNN Carfax has concluded. It was a good year for you, but not a great one for the Carfax. After taking a surprise hit from a small meteorite that separated from the larger mass, the Carfax was forced to limp home with 123 casualties, including the chief navigation officer. You stepped in and filled his shoes, and by the end of the year you became quite skilled with the NeuroNav interface. You've gained +2 cybernetic affinity. Excellent. Year 3. The last year where I get to choose.
The Navy strongly encourages every sailor to undertake some amount of zero-G training. A year at the Yamamoto space station in Earth's orbit will more than suffice.
Agility. +2 agility.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros? There's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons? The 21.2% mortality rate.
+2 endurance. Not bad.
The Navy's Marie Curie research facility on Aquinas 4 is currently conducting research on a new strain of spaceborne virus that killed 220,000 citizens of New Atlanta. To lift the quarantine, we must determine how the virus pierced the city's micronanite shielding.
Tempting. +1 research. I'm going to go with +2 endurance.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of...
Alright. February 9th, 2114. Your tour of duty at the Io Survival Training Facility has concluded. You managed to survive your year there. Barely. The encounter with a descendant of a Citadel Station tiger mutant put you in the sickbay for a month. You've learned to respect the wonders of biogenetics and have trained your body to excellent physical condition. You've gained +2 endurance. Sweet! On with the game. Your application to join the crew of the Rickenbacker has been approved. Report to Shuttle Mayfair at Port Francisco at over 100. Blah, blah, blah. Get ready to become... I didn't read it all. Missed some.
Shuttle A138. You have clearance for landing on the Von Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
5 months later, UNN Von Braun near Tau Ceti 5, 67 trillion miles from Earth. Snakes on the ground. Snakes. Worms. Giant worms. Ooh.
Reinitializing memory strings. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the Computer Ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
Alright, I think this is probably a good place to cut off our second video. We've seen our training, we've seen our first 3 years of campaign, and the beginning to the story, which is looking to be quite a scenario. This is a bit of a scary game, at least it was 20 years ago when I last played it. I'm hoping it will be just as immersive now as it was then. Don't remember anything, well, don't remember much. Anyway, if you did not enjoy the video, feel free to give it a thumbs down. But if you did enjoy the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and consider clicking that subscribe and like button. I look forward to seeing you on our next video. Take care. Bye-bye.